From the versatile Mazda CX-50 to the bold and elegant Mazda CX-90 to the best-selling Mazda CX-5. Don't just move. It's time to move and be moved, and come experience Mazda right now at Team Mazda on Airline.
You got that Friday feel going, Johnny?
I got that Friday feel going. It's going to be a gorgeous weekend. We got tons of parades all over South Louisiana.
You're right.
Without having to go to the Crescent City. I love the Crescent City.
Sure, no.
But man,
those are the parades I grew up on with my grandparents.
Right.
Absolutely. But
And we were talking, we had the crew of Orion on our show
sure did.
yesterday at 9 a.m. and the two gentlemen that we talked to that started it, that's actually what they said. They wanted to take the New Orleans feel and bring it over here.
The nighttime.
They've done a
they
great
got
job
some
too.
great throws.
I think that's
tonight.
right.
Really do, like
Oh,
really
the
good
Artemis
ones.
is tonight.
Artemis,
Ryan's
Orion's
And then
tomorrow.
Saturday night is Orion. Yeah, they've got some good ones. I always worry though, if you start incorporating like the heavier ones, you got to be careful with that.
You do, which is why they don't throw the coconuts in New Orleans right now.
I
You know,
can't-
for
that
Zulu.
was a thing?
No,
Oh my
yeah, it
gosh,
was
yeah.
because but then it was just hand them.
Hand
Collector's items.
They are. They're
You're
very
like,
much
you could
collectors.
bowl it. All right, here we go.
Right. But that's the look. You know, in South Louisiana, or just all over Louisiana, you grew up with Mardi Gras. You get this time of season, and to your point, I got so many beads, and so change up the throws, and it's just a lot of fun. It can be a lot of fun. What did Orion bring? They brought like oven mitts.
Okay, well they've got some bottle openers too.
Saw
So
that.
that's why I asked about the slightly heavy. They got these great hats.
Yeah.
And every one of the beads they have always lights up.
Yeah,
like
it does,
you
it
can
light up.
flicker and
Those
change.
And not
ones.
just the medallion, but the lanyard lights up.
The lanyard does. They've got little bracelets too. They always have. Then they've got the football ones too. You can't forget about the footballs.
Yeah.
But I think you're right. Maybe they'll start moving away from beads. You know what they usually do? They have got that truck with the flatbed, and everybody tries
Sweep
to
them
help
up.
out at the end.
They
Yeah.
put it back on there.
Does anybody throw doubloons anymore?
Yeah, and so Ryan was talking about that as well. But yes, some do. But here's the thing: back in the day, for those who were frequenting the New Orleans parades, I mean, you could hear them when they hit that metal sound. And you were going after them. That kind of. They're plastic now. They're not as awesome.
There was a clank.
Oh my God, it was so
yeah.
good.
It was like
man.
college baseball.
Oh, exactly. No, that's right. Right. I know that
Dive
sound.
bomb, people on it looked like a LSU baseball game when you win the World Series. A big pile on.
Yeah, exactly. And people would frame them. The frames of the balloons from the different parades they went to over the years. They were easily frameable. And I say this because my grandparents had them. But yeah, so anyway, however you're enjoying Mardi Gras, we love this time of season because then we get crawfish right around the way.
Oh.
Those things are going to start to get bigger, and the price is going to start to come down, and then it's on, baby. Have you guys had any yet?
Not yet, because as you did the story, you had it at. I always look at the boiled price because I don't buy them live.
Right.
So you said $9 a pound, which I've seen worse.
Absolutely.
I think it wasn't last year. It was 2 years ago.
Oh, they were double digits,
I'm embarrassed. I wouldn't even tell you
You
what I
had to do
spent.
it, though.
I did it, but I'm going to wait this time.
you're right.
You got to love that. The price goes down as they get bigger.
Absolutely.
The price per
a
square
while ago,
inch goes down.
yeah, I'm not craving them yet bad enough to pay $9.
Are you a crawfish guy?
Crawfish guy?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Not everybody is.
I know.
When people are new to it, they always say the same thing. It's a lot of work for not a lot of.
No, that's true.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
then
yeah.
if you practice it, it becomes just not a lot of work.
No.
It just becomes
what I-
easy and just.
That's what I told Dr. Franklin at Allergy, Asthma, and Sinus Center. Look, if these tests come back and I'm allergic to crawfish,
Just give me
you
the
and I are
EpiPen now.
done. We're done.
Yeah.
Just give it to me now.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're talking about all of that. What we would like for the parades and for crawfish and all, we would like the great weather. And right on cue, we went through all the freezes, and right on cue, I mean, all the right buttons are pressed. Chilly start, but it's going to warm up today. Good looking weekend, good looking 7-day. It's here.
Yeah, it's going to be great, and it takes a lot of pressure off because
There you go.
last weekend, so cold.
Oh, God, yes.
This is going to be better. Outside right now, we're actually not looking here, but we're looking to our friends and neighbors over in Mississippi Bay, St. Louis, and you see the sunrise is just out of the screen. In case you're wondering, hey, why don't I push the camera? This is actually one of those cameras I can use, but I can't control, so I can't move this camera. I can just look at it. So wherever they go, I go. Pair of fours out your door, really not that bad, but you're going to want to dress in layers because we're going to warm up very, very quickly for today. 55 yesterday. We like to hear that. That's right on the money with what we were forecasting. So we're going to be trending warmer with one little exception, and that's going to be Saturday because we have a weak cold front that's going to move through tonight. That's going to make it slightly cooler for Saturday. Saturday's the only day where we don't hit 70s, and then the next chance of rain looks like it's going to be next week. So it looks like the weather's great through the parades. Satellite is quiet, radar is quiet, all the flickers of green on your screen not actually hitting the ground. So now it becomes a temperature forecast starting in the 40s, working our way, there we go, 73. And I totally agree with the graph. Yes, that's what we're forecasting. Back down to the 40s for tonight behind that weak front. But watch what the weak front does. It's just going to give us a reinforcing shot of dry air. However, notice the high temperature on Saturday does take a little bit of a dip, mid to upper 60s. So it's just slightly cooler than what we've been expecting over the past couple of days. No significant changes. As for the next chance of rain, that really hasn't changed either. It looks like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday time frame of next week. And what we're going to see, by the way, is nothing bad, nothing severe, and it will be a manageable amount of rain. It's going to be a very small chance, actually, when it comes. There's that front tonight. By tomorrow, high pressure right back in. And as high pressure moves out to the eastern Gulf, we'll start to catch the return flow, and that'll bring up some Gulf moisture into our area Tuesday, Wednesday next week. That's what's going to help to fuel a couple of those chances for rain. Crew of Artemis rolls 7 p.m. tonight. Be there or be square. Looks like it's going to drop to around 60 by the end of the parade, maybe the light jacket. 2 p.m. Saturday, Mystique de la Capitale. That's actually, we've taken this down just a little bit. We had it right around 70 or in the upper 60s. We've taken it down a few degrees to the mid 60s, but still, it's going to be beautiful weather out there. Crew of Orion, that hasn't changed. It's going to be Saturday night. You're going to want the light jacket there, and then you won't need the jacket at all for Mid-City Gras, which is going to roll 2 p.m. Sunday. They might actually even have the best weather of everybody. It's going to be great today, 73, so dress in layers. You'll shed those layers later in the day. Friday evening plans are good to go as well, with an overnight low down to 44 degrees. And it looks like in the 7-day forecast, let me go roll on to that, you see a couple of rain chances as we go to next week. But even when the rain chances move in, notice it doesn't really do anything for the temperatures. They're still going to be warm, still going to be in the mid 70s. And as I mentioned, that one day, it looks like tomorrow is the only day where we actually won't have 70s. 7:09, good news from the weather department. What about in the traffic department, Johnny?
Well, the good news here is that all lanes are open on I-12 eastbound near Airline, and that is because all vehicles have been moved off to the left shoulder. So we have 3 vehicles involved in a minor fender bender. The 4th is going to be BRPD, and then we have the map operator shooting you over to the right a little bit. That's on the, all of those vehicles are on the left shoulder, so they're working that crash, but no backups associated with that. And again, you know, just sound like a beaten horse. Instead of, want to remind you, always to move vehicles out of the travel lanes if it's safe to do so, and it was in this case, so that's good news. Beautiful sunrise here in Baton Rouge. 7:10, you're watching WAFB 9 News Now as the sun comes up over the capital city on a big Mardi Gras weekend this weekend and next weekend. 44 degrees. We'll be right back with some news headlines on WAFB's 9 News Now.
All right, 7:11 your time. A few things we're following for you today and want to make sure you know what's going on, including this. The Board of Regents set to meet today. Have a look at this. So this is the Louisiana Board of Regents set to hear from a couple different task forces. The Caleb Wilson Hazing Prevention Task Force, also the Name, Image, and Likeness Task Force. And so they are presenting their findings to the Board of Regents to then take to lawmakers for possible action during the next legislative session. So we'll keep you in the know with what they talk about and maybe move forward. I want to let you know the very latest here as well. The trial, Nia Cardwell, continuing today. You may remember this, accused of cruelty to a juvenile led to the death of her daughter. The trial began yesterday with witness testimony, is expected to continue today with more witness testimony. So we'll keep you updated as that continues. to move forward. There's something happening today that's it's kind of the beginning here. We talked about the new Hyundai steel mill coming to Ascension Parish. Well, they got a groundbreaking today for a training center meant to, well, train up the folks who might be working there. This is in combination with the River Parish Community College there, state and local leaders, and Hyundai. The groundbreaking again set for about 10 o'clock, 10:30 there this morning. The Southern University system is now looking for its next president. This is officially underway. They got going yesterday, kind of got the ball going yesterday, ball rolling, laying out the timelines for when this is going to happen. They're still looking for input from stakeholders and staff and students. They're going to be doing that all month long. There's a deadline for people to apply. That's in April, and then a deadline for their final candidates to kind of be named. That's in May. They want to have it done by then, so we'll keep you in the know as that moves on. Speaking of moving on, are you moving on to your Friday? Are you getting dressed right now? Well, we caught you just in time. Put on something red, will you? It is National Wear Red Day. So we're going red here. Heart Health Month, all month long, working with Our Lady of the Lake, the Heart and Vascular Institute. It is all about your heart health. So put on something red, which may help create the conversation. Share those photos with us. We'd love to shout out your story and, again, help create those conversations. While you're over there at the website, you can do this. This, WAFB.com, the Mardi Gras section of WAFB.com, all the events from now all the way until Mardi Gras Day itself, all the parades, all the events, the times, the places. So, I don't know, if you don't have any plans, find something that's close to you, get out there and celebrate. And while you're there as well, if you've got a furry family member, dress them up in their favorite gear and submit the pictures. Our Mardi Paws campaign, WAFB.com/Mardi Paws. Again, it ain't just for the humans, you know, the puppers, and I don't know, the cats. That may be a tough dress up for them, but send in those photos right there. I want to make sure you know this as well. We were just talking about crawfish earlier, right? The crawfish prices. This is what you were talking about, Jared. The boiled, right about $9, right? The live at about $7. And so folks anticipating that, the farmers anticipating it coming down. They're still talking about this should be a good year for farmers and those who love to pinch and peel. So just got to wait till maybe after Mardi Gras we'll see it.
I think the recent cold temperatures kind of might have delayed it a little bit, but it's going to be fine.
I think you're right. Yeah. I think you're right. So you already no crawfish for the Super Bowl parties?
No.
Other stuff.
Who do you think's going to win?
Seahawks.
Me too.
I'm hoping for the Seahawks.
Seahawks 27-24.
I thought you said Patriots 27-24.
I mean Patriots. I'm for the Patriots. Yeah, Patriots.
From the versatile Mazda CX-50 to the bold and elegant Mazda CX-90 to the best-selling Mazda CX-5. Don't just move. It's time to move and be moved, and come experience Mazda right now at Team Mazda on Airline.